Try not to assess your sanity through others. Those who think you should be institutionalized are overreacting, and those who think you're stable aren't paying attention. I used to date a lot of artsy-fartsy women. I didn't mind that they were both artsy and fartsy, but they were always not enough of one and way too much of the other. I don't care for art. Some people are always fishing for compliments. I just throw dynamite in the water. John Wilkes Booth was an actor, and he assassinated Lincoln in a theater. So I assume at least one of his fellow conspirators said, "Hey, break a leg tonight." Chicken butt. Sorry, just anticipating your response. Guess what? I saw this woman in an ad for an antidepressant, and I really felt bad for her. Since then, I've seen her in commercials for other products and realized she's an actress, so that medication must really work because depression isn't slowing down her career at all. I can't believe Grandma requested to be cremated, especially after all those years of begging us to stop setting her on fire. I wash my hands before I pee. I don't want dirty hands all over my nice clean penis, and no, I don't wash after. Why? I didn't whiz on my fingers, and as I said, immaculate wang. I know it's a dumb song, but in all honesty, if I was the warrior, my first order of business would be shooting at the walls of heartbreak. Bang, bang. I'm saying if I was the warrior. That alien who used to probe me once a week doesn't come around anymore. I heard he got married. It's not that I miss the probing. I'm just saying my Tuesday evenings seem kind of empty now. Jim Morrison was hard to talk to at parties. He'd say, "So, Jim, have you tried the onion dip?" And he'd look deeply into your eyes and say, "Let's cry an ocean of moonlight until the dogs all scream at the dawn," leaving you to reply, "Yeah, I saw the recipe on a box of Lipton soup, so, it's zesty." I used to drink now and again, only it was more like now and again. Knocking as you open the door subverts the concept of knocking. You're just simultaneously barging in and lying about being polite. A lot of them have no interest in civic responsibility or charitable causes, and many are surprisingly racist. So I say save some of the whales. Having someone pee on your jellyfish sting does nothing. Some lifeguard just hated tourists enough to make that up. That's true. That's actually true. I ran into Satan at the DMV the other day. He was registering his boat trailer. I cut in line in front of him because I've been taught to get him behind me. He just sighed and called me a hater. "Stop making me the scapegoat for everything," he says. "Blaming me for all your sins is like a child molester blaming Nickelodeon." Just then, he noticed the strains of sympathy for the devil emanating from the speakers above. "When did they start pumping classic rock in here?" he wondered aloud. I replied, $5 says they play Hotel California next. Thinking he'd enjoy the irony, he just shrugged. Probably. Overplayed both of them. I remember when it was all easy listening in here. Now that's music. Some people think a leather jacket says I'm tough. To me, a leather jacket says I feel chilly. So I had someone else kill a scary cow for me. I never mansplain. I condescend to everyone equally. If you see a house and you go up and knock on the door and somebody answers, "You didn't discover the house. Happy Columbus Day, everyone." What's happening in my brain and what I'm able to communicate to others have little or nothing to do with each other. Whenever I see those ads for KY lubricant with warming liquid, I think, hey man, maybe she's dead. It would be so comforting if my brain would occasionally say, I'm just screwing with you, right? I got a ticket for loitering once. I went down to the courthouse to fight it, but I ended up just hanging around outside. When I'm upset, I write an angry letter to the person I'm having problems with. Then I put the letter in a drawer before throwing a rock through their window. Sarcasm is the best way of saying fuck you without using those exact words. But I'm sure you already knew that. You're brilliant. I love irony, which is interesting because I really don't care for it. All you can do is wait for the rainbow. Isn't that beautiful? It's what the doctor said after my baby brother ate a box of crayons. Wait for the rainbow. One of the reasons great white shark attacks are so frightening is that they always have those little fish swimming around them. Imagine if a man was assaulting you and in the middle of it you noticed all these tiny guys running around trying to keep up with them. I mean, they can't hurt you, but still, what are they doing there? Freaky. I've never cared for the slogan, if you see something, say something. It's like you're telling blind people to shut the fuck up. They say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I guess you shouldn't have your dog neutered until it runs out of money. The channel changer is always way the hell over there. That's why they call it a remote. Recently, I had to take a drug test at work, which is odd because I'm self-employed. Anyway, I passed. I filled that cup right up to the rim and didn't spill a drop. Pretty damn good considering how high I was at the time. People don't really turn green with envy or get blue when they're sad. Those are just pigments of our imagination. Aw. Whenever someone asks how I'm doing and I reply, okay, and they come back with just okay, I'll often say, yes, just okay, jackass. Which syllable of my one-word reply are you struggling with? I'm actually quite sensitive. I still feel guilty about all that popcorn I ate while watching the Hunger Games. When I was in school, I wrote a report on Jean-Paul Sartre, but my dog ate it and then ran away, so I couldn't prove to my teacher that either of them ever existed. I can be your teddy bear. I can be your bridge over troubled water. I can even be your beast of burden, but I'm sorry I cannot be the wind beneath your wings, because that is just aerodynamically unsound. I like to sneak up on adults playing paintball and rob them with a real gun. It's fun, and they never go to the police because they'd have to admit they're adults who were playing paintball. There are two kinds of people, those who try to put everyone into groups and billions of distinct individuals. When someone says they like my book or a short story I've written, I never ask, what story did you like best, or what was your favorite part of that story? I know writers who do this, and it comes off as either needy or like they're testing to see if anyone actually reads their work. If I'm paid a compliment, I don't put the other person under some kind of obligation to go on further about my work or attempt to unmask some kind of false generosity. I simply say thank you and assume they want me sexually. I was at the zoo preparing to eat a banana for lunch when this guy walked up and told me I was doing it incorrectly. He said that rather than peeling the banana from the top, I should start at the bottom because that's what chimpanzees do. So I grabbed hold of him and began ripping his face off because chimpanzees do that too. But I stopped because a chimp in a nearby cage explained to me through sign language that I was doing it wrong.